What's happening, beautiful people? Jim here with empoweryourpocket.com. And in this video, we are going to talk about the most reliable way to pay off your debt. Now, if you're like me and so many other people, you're probably trying to pay off your debt as fast as you could, but it can be difficult where to start. In this video, I'm going to share with you tips and strategies that will help you be debt-free in no time. So before you start paying off your debt, it is important to know what your debts are and to whom you owe them to. Different types of debt come with different types of interest rates and payment plans, which can make a big difference in how you approach your repayment plan. So it is important that you take your time, gather all your debt information, and get a clear picture of your financial situation. Now that you know what you owe, it is time to create a budget. Now, hold on. I know budget or creating a budget is sometimes kind of like scary or tedious, but believe me, you will need to budget so that you know what is coming in and what is coming out. This will actually help you get a handle on your spending and figure out how much you can afford to put towards your debt. There are many budgeting tools online and apps that you can actually download, or you can use an Excel sheet or a spreadsheet, Google Sheet to actually create a budgeting system, or simply, using a pen and a paper will be just fine. Okay, so now that you have your budget in place, it's time to choose a debt repayment strategy. There's two popular methods that are being used right now. One is the avalanche method, and the other one is the snowball method. The snowball method involves paying off your smaller debt first, while the avalanche focuses on paying the higher interest first. Do a little bit of research, do a little bit of study, and find out which method actually fits you the most. I personally like to focus on the snowball method, mainly because it gives me two things. First, it gives me the motivation to tackle that small amount first, and then once that small amount is done, it gives me that good feeling. So I have this motivation to continue on to the next one. And the other thing is, it's easier to look at the smaller debt and say, hey, you know what, I can pay this in 3 months, than to look at a bigger debt and say, oh no, I can pay this in like 1 year or 2 years, but it really is dependent on your financial situation. So do your research, please. All right, so the next one is, don't be afraid to negotiate with your creditors. If you have a hard time paying your debt, you should actually let your creditor know. Now, many of them, if not all of them, will actually want to work with you to help you create a payment plan that will work for your budget. By doing so, you can actually have 3 benefits from it. Okay, so first is avoid paying the late payment fees. The second one is avoid paying the penalty fees. And the third one, sometimes, though not all the time, but sometimes the creditor will actually work around to give you a much lower interest rate. Okay, so here's what I wanted to tell you. If you're trying to pay off your debt, whatever it is, credit card, loan, or anything along that line, it's best to not actually have or borrow a new money or debt. That also means it's important to have a good credit score habit. Just remember, when you have a credit card or a line of credit or anything along that line, that money is actually not yours. The bank, credit union is allowing you to use their money for whatever reason that you want, as long as you have to pay interest back. So with that being said, make sure that you pay them on time. Usually you have about 28 days grace-free period. So pay it within that time frame. And also, please keep your utilization of your credit card low. So those are my tips for this video. I'll be sharing a lot more in the future. But if you do those things, now it's not going to be an overnight thing. You have to be really focused in it, and you have to really be, how would I say this, convinced that you are going to do your credit payment or repayment plan accordingly. Because it's not always easy. Not always easy, but with a little bit of discipline and smart strategies, you can actually become debt free. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jim with empoweryourpocket.com. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share this to your friends, or however you want to use this video. But please do consider subscribing to this channel. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Bye.